My loving audience take my love and subscribes my channel. And dive B&B stories. Was this really just a simple mistake? Or was it something much deeper and darker than anyone realized? You have to ask yourself, did Will Spencer just trade a high-maintenance Forrester for a professional fraud? We have all seen drama in LA before. But that punch at Il Giardino just changed the entire game for everyone. It really makes you wonder if Dylan is just a victim of her own past. Or is she actually the most dangerous player on the board right now? Stick around for a minute. We are breaking down the exact moment Dylan's secret husband turned the Spencer world into a total crime scene. Well, think about it for a second. The air in Los Angeles has been so thick with tension lately. It all started when Will Spencer and Melissa Dillon decided to play house. Will had that huge fallout with his own family and the Forresters. He was looking for a safe place to land. He honestly thought he found that in Dylan's arms. But let's be real here. In the soap world, a sanctuary is usually just a waiting room for the next massive disaster. They spent a night together that was supposedly totally innocent. They were just talking and snuggling on a sofa. But was it really innocent? If you look at the situation, that innocent night was actually a really smart move. By keeping things non-sexual, Dylan kept up this pure soul image for Will. At the same time, she handed Elektra a weapon to destroy herself with. It wasn't really about love. It was about taking over a new psychological territory. She wanted Will to feel like he had to protect her purity. But that whole illusion shattered during dinner. Will was just trying to enjoy some pasta and forget about his fight with RJ. Then the ghost of Dylan's past walked through the door. A man named Jax just appeared. He didn't come for a divorce. He came to reclaim his property. That is a toxic entrance if I have ever seen one. The way Dylan turned white as a sheet shows this isn't just an ex-boyfriend. This is a shackle she never actually broke. Why did Dylan lie? The funny thing is, she didn't just forget she was married. She worked hard to create this persona of a poor girl eating out of dumpsters. Why? Because she wanted to trigger that famous Spencer savior complex. She knew if Will saw her as a victim of poverty, he wouldn't go looking for a husband in Las Vegas. Jax showing up proves her whole life in LA was just her running for cover. It wasn't a fresh start at all. Internally, Dylan has to be living in total terror. Every time the phone rang or a stranger walked in, she was probably waiting for Jax. That sweet and innocent look is just a survival tactic. She isn't just pining for Will. She is using him as a human shield against the Vegas underground. We really need to stop seeing this as a simple love triangle. It is actually a full-on social infiltration. Dylan didn't just enter Will's life. She moved into his house and took a job at his family's rival company. She basically neutralized his ability to think straight. She isn't just a vulture. She is a sleeper agent who finally got caught. I honestly find her honesty about the night on the sofa to be total garbage. She admitted to the snuggling just to bait Elektra into a physical reaction. She knew the Forresters have a history of losing their cool. She played the victim perfectly and Will fell for it. This is a classic case of a Spencer man being blinded by the light. Will has this deep need to be the good guy. He was vilified by the Forresters for his temper, so Dylan provided the perfect outlet for his ego. By saving her, he's really just trying to save his own reputation. It isn't even about her. It is about his own insecurity. Now let's talk about that punch. Why did Jax do it? It wasn't just husband rage. It was a street-level guy showing dominance over a rich kid in a suit. Jax saw right through Will's act. When Will stood up to defend Dylan, he was playing a role he wasn't ready for. Jax used that lack of real-world experience to land a brutal hit. Will is pining for a world where people respect him. But in that moment on the floor of Il Giardino, he just felt like a fool. A bleeding face is nothing compared to bleeding pride. He realized he didn't just get hit by a man. He got hit by the truth. The woman he fought his family for has been lying to him since day one. This punch is basically the death of Will's innocence. Before this, he thought he was the hero of a romance. The second that fist connected, the story turned into a crime thriller. He isn't the misunderstood Spencer anymore. He is just a pawn in an extortion plot. I have absolutely no sympathy for Will here. If you dump your girlfriend for a girl you barely know and find out she's married to a scammer, you earned that hit. He ignored every single warning from Katie and Elektra. He just wanted to be the savior. This was a self-inflicted wound. Jax calling Dylan property is the ultimate trigger for a Spencer. Those men are possessive by nature. Just look at Dollar Bill. By claiming Dylan as property, Jax wasn't just insulting her. He was challenging Will's sense of ownership. It turned a domestic fight into a war over territory. And then we have Bill Spencer. His reaction was so predictable, right? He doesn't see a family dispute. He sees an attack on the Spencer brand. His anger isn't even about Will's pain. It is about the fact that someone had the nerve to touch a Spencer and make them look weak in public. Deep down, Bill is a father who is terrified that his son is as gullible as he used to be. Bill spent his whole life making the Spencer name mean power. Seeing his son bleeding over a fraud makes him feel like his legacy is falling apart. Bill is stepping back into that old Dollar Bill persona to take total control. He isn't just protecting Will. He is performing a public execution of anyone who thinks they can scam his family. I actually agree with Bill's plan to run Dylan out of town. She is a fraud. Bill's methods are scary, but his instinct that Dylan is toxic is 100% correct. Sometimes you need a monster like Dollar Bill to deal with a parasite like Jax. Bill's threat to throw Jax into a deep cell is classic narcissistic rage. He doesn't want justice. He wants to erase the threat. This is how he handles his own fear. He proves he can destroy anyone who inconveniences his family. The situation at Il Giardino was just the beginning. The real fire is spreading to Forrester Creations. It is going to eat Dylan's career alive. Steffy hired her out of pity. But we know Steffy has no tolerance for lying scammers. Especially ones who bring violent extortionists into the office. Dylan isn't just losing her boyfriend. She is losing her job. That makes Jax's extortion plot even more dangerous for her. If she gets fired, she has zero protection. Will is looking at her with pure disgust. He defended her against everyone and now he looks like an idiot. The trust is gone. While Will is nursing a broken jaw, Elektra is sitting back feeling totally right. She told him so. She warned him. Now she gets to watch him crawl back. But it gets even darker. Jax isn't here for Dylan. He is here for the Spencer bank account. He is holding that marriage certificate like a ransom note. This isn't a love story anymore. It is a kidnapping of a reputation. Bill Spencer doesn't pay ransoms. He destroys people. But Jax is a street guy who isn't scared of a suit. We are looking at a literal bloodbath. I'm predicting this leads to a dark Will arc. Instead of being the whiny victim, Will is going to use his Spencer DNA. He is going to help his dad dismantle Jax and Dylan. He is done being the nice guy. So where does this go? The fallout from this punch is going to last for months. Dylan is definitely getting fired. Steffy is already on edge with all the Sheila drama. She doesn't need a receptionist whose husband punches people at dinner. This opens the door for Elektra to take her territory back. But will she even want a man who was so easily fooled? I think we are going to see a huge alliance between Bill and Katie. Even with their issues, Katie was right about the gold digger thing. They will team up to make sure Dylan is erased from Will's life. But don't count Dylan out yet. She is a survivor. If she gets desperate, she might reveal an even bigger secret. Are we talking about a surprise pregnancy? If Dylan and Will did more than just snuggle on that sofa, she might use a baby Spencer as a shield. As for Jax, he's a walking dead man. You don't demand a ransom from Bill Spencer and live to tell the tale. I expect a mysterious disappearance in his future. But the damage to Will is permanent. He's going to have major trust issues. That's going to make any reunion with Elektra incredibly toxic. This is the kind of drama that reminds us why the Spencers and Forresters should probably stay away from each other. Will's jaw will heal, but his reputation is ruined. Do you think Dylan is a true villain who planned this whole thing? Or is she just a victim who got caught in a lie? Who is the real hypocrite? Is it Elektra for punching Dylan at the office? Or is it Dylan for lying about her whole life? Will's jaw might heal, but his pride is in pieces. What do you think? Should Will forgive Dylan if she was actually scared for her life? Or should he go full Spencer and destroy her with his dad? If you love this deep dive into the scandals of the bold and the beautiful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications too. We are here every day uncovering the truth behind the designer labels. Leave a like if you think Will needs a fresh start. Comment below with your wildest theories about Dylan's secret marriage. I am reading every single one of them. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. The drama never stops here. Bye for now. Seriously though, think about the history here. Elektra did the exact same thing to Luna before. She has a history of slapping women who get too close to her man. So why was she so shocked when Will punched someone? It is a total double standard. Only Forresters are allowed to lose their tempers. Everyone else has to be perfect. Fans are saying they are exhausted by it. Can you really blame them? It is hard to root for someone who thinks they are the center of the universe. Will is pining for a woman who just showed she is exactly like the person she claimed to be. It is a mess. But it is a delicious mess, right? We also have to think about Wyatt. He is back and he is giving Will a reality check. He wants to know if Will is actually over Elektra or just pretending. That is a big question. Will was happily surprised when Elektra walked in. That tells me he is still hooked. But after that confrontation, is there any way back? Or did that punch seal the deal for Dylan? Dylan is staying put too. Her contract is set for the rest of the year. She isn't going anywhere. This triangle is just getting started. And don't forget the Sheila Carter of it all. While all this younger drama is happening, Sheila is begging Steffy to let her in. Steffy is holding firm. But Finn's resolve is starting to crack. Taylor can see it. Sheila is using vulnerability as a weapon again. It is classic Sheila. She is targeting Finn through Steffy. It might actually be working. If Sheila wiggles her way back in, the Forresters will have way bigger problems than a punch in the design room. Everything is connected. The loyalty, the secrets, the violence. It is all bubbling over. Think about the line that Spencers and Forresters don't mix. Is it true? Or is it just something the Forresters say to keep the Spencers from taking over? Will is starting to feel like he is classless. That is a dangerous place for a Spencer to be. He might decide he doesn't want to play by the Forrester rules anymore. If Dylan is the one standing by him when he goes rogue, Elektra is going to regret that punch. It is about more than just a kiss. It is about who really has your back when the world is calling you names. The funny thing is, Dylan was the one behind the wheel when Luna died. Will forgave her for that months ago. That is some deep loyalty. Elektra couldn't forgive a punch thrown in the heat of the moment. It really shows the difference between these two women. One sees the man. The other sees the brand. Right now, the Forrester brand is looking pretty hypocritical. Dylan might be playing with fire. But she knows how hot it is. She is ready for the wreckage. Elektra just seems shocked that she has to face any consequences at all. Are you Team Elektra or Team Dylan? It is a war on social media right now. Some people think Dylan is a snake. Others think Elektra is a spoiled brat. Whatever you believe, you can't deny this is the best drama we've had in ages. The fallout from this punch is going to follow Elektra. Will isn't going to let her forget it. Neither are we. Stay tuned because the jewelry line isn't the only thing that's about to break. Make sure you are subscribed for the next update. We will be looking at the medical results. Could there be a baby Spencer on the way? And what is Sheila's secret? There is so much more to uncover. Wait, before I go, let's talk about that golden child thing one more time. Why is RJ suddenly the perfect guy in Elektra's eyes? Is it just because he is a Forrester? It feels like Elektra just switches her morality based on who gives her attention. That isn't ethics. That is just ego. Dylan was right to call her out. You don't get to dump someone and act like they are still yours. Dylan held up a mirror and the reflection Elektra saw was an aggressor. That has to sting. It's going to be a long road back for her if she ever wants Will again. But maybe Will is finally waking up to who she really is. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what happens next. The drama is just getting started. I will be back with more updates as soon as they drop. Thanks for being part of the community. Your comments and theories make this so much more fun. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Can we talk about Katie for a second? She has been so suspicious of Dylan from the start. She called her a gold digger before they even had a full conversation. Is that just motherly instinct? Or is it Katie's own history of being betrayed coming out? She has been hurt so many times by the men in her life. She probably looks at every new woman as a threat. But this time she was actually right. Dylan was hiding a massive secret. And Katie is going to use that to say, I told you so for the next 10 years. It is going to be a nightmare for Will. Having your mom be right about your girlfriend being a fraud is the ultimate. I'm not a kid anymore moment. And then there is the legal side of things. Jax is demanding money. That is literal extortion. Most people would call the cops. But the Spencers and Forresters don't usually involve the police unless they have to. They like to handle things in-house. That usually means hush money or threats. But Jax doesn't seem like the type to be easily threatened. He knows he has the upper hand as long as he is legally married to Dylan. He is holding her life hostage. It is a very effective scam. He just didn't realize he was trying to scam a family that practically invented the game. The confrontation between Bill and Jax is going to be legendary. I can see it now. Bill sitting in his office looking cool and collected, while Jax tries to act tough. But Bill has resources Jax can't even imagine. He has people who can make problems go away. Jax might think he is a street guy, but Bill is a shark. And sharks eat street guys for breakfast. It is going to be a total mismatch. But Jax's desperation might make him dangerous. He has nothing to lose. Bill has everything to lose. That is a volatile combination. I'm also wondering about Taylor. She is always trying to play the therapist for everyone. Is she going to try to sit Elektra and Dylan down for a session? Can you imagine? Now Elektra, why did you feel the need to use your fist instead of your words? It would be hilarious. But also so classic Taylor. She always thinks a good talk can fix a physical assault. But this time the damage is too deep. You can't talk your way out of a punch like that. Especially not when there are witnesses. This is why The Bold and the Beautiful is so great right now. They are taking these young characters and putting them in these high-stakes, adult situations. It isn't just about who is dating who anymore. It is about crime, extortion, and family legacy. It is gritty and messy and I love it. I can't wait to see how the writers handle the next few weeks. Are they going to keep pushing the envelope? Or are they going to play it safe? I really hope they keep the heat turned up. We need more of this. Anyway, I have been talking for a long time. I just have so many thoughts about this storyline. What are your thoughts? Do you think the show is heading in a good direction? Or do you miss the simpler days of just fashion shows and weddings? Personally, I think the drama is exactly what we needed. Keeps us on our toes. It makes us tune in every single day to see what happens next. And that is the whole point of a soap opera, isn't it? Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this deep dive. And subscribe if you haven't already. We have a great community here and I love hearing from all of you. Your theories are sometimes even better than the actual show. So keep them coming. I'll be back tomorrow with even more news and analysis. There is never a dull moment in LA. And I'll be here to cover every single bit of it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye. One more thing. What about the possibility of a Remy Price connection? Remember those weird phone calls Dylan was getting? We all thought it was Jax. But what if it was Remy? Or what if they are working together? Vegas is a small world for scammers. They could be part of a larger ring that targets wealthy families. If that's true, the Spencers are in way more trouble than they realize. This might not just be one guy looking for a payday. It might be a coordinated attack on their entire fortune. That would be a massive storyline. Imagine a Vegas invasion in LA. It would be wild. But for now we have to deal with the fallout we can see. Dylan is in ruins. Will is in pain. Bill is in a rage. And the Forresters are in a legal mess. It is the perfect cliffhanger. Every character is at a breaking point. Every relationship is under fire. It is the best kind of television. I am so excited to see where they go from here. Are you? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go get some more coffee and start digging for more spoilers. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for real this time. Stay dramatic, everyone.